Congratulations to Community Brainstorm for 25 years of serving our community.
So that's how the concept of community brainstorming started, so that we thought that if people knew what was happening, they could make a decision on their own. Not that we knew everything, but just that we would provide a way for people to come and speak and let us know what is happening. So with that, it was out of love that we decided to start this.
So we decided to have it at a church where you would come in and be neutral with your ideas and respect would be shown. From that, we took off. And we took off with the idea that everybody, community brainstorming would be called. That means everybody could come and offer their ideas and expression and subject that we have. I'm so happy that we started. Thank you very much.
I think that for the first time in our lives we were kind of knocked to our knees, because never would we think that our rights would be stripped away from us. And the budget repair bill has little to do with the budget. It has more to do with policy.
Thank you for having the opportunity to be here. And what I will tell you is that we have a very difficult environment that we're in today. And what we need to do is begin to address some of these problems as a community. It is a challenge. And I can understand this, I think, as well as anybody. You know, we have teachers. I have a sister-in-law who's a teacher. And some of the changes that we're talking about will have an impact on her and her family. They will lose benefits, they'll lose income. But I have another sister-in-law who completely lost her job. And she lost all of her benefits. And she's been able to get a part-time retail job. But the balance that we need to strike is how do we get to a balance that benefits the entire community? And how do we come together? And that's what we need to have, is events like this where people can come. The one thing I want to say is I have never feared for my life, because all of us are people who love this state, love this place, and are trying to move it forward. We may have different ideas on how that happens, but we need to have an environment where we can have a discussion. I know that Chris has talked a lot about people working together. I will tell you that it is the most difficult thing that I have done.
I don't think there's too many people in the room that disagree with the general idea of working together. I think the fact that the Senate Democrats are in Illinois is not evidence of working together. I think the reason they're in Illinois is not because they want to make a point, not because they want to be obstructionist, but because they want to have meaningful discussion over what is probably the most sweeping bill that's been in front of the state legislature in 50 years. The fact that there's thousands of people protesting in Madison is probably evidence that there's anything but unanimous consent about it. And there's an awful lot in this bill that has nothing to do with labor agreements. I think everybody understands the realities of the fiscal condition that we're in. I think you've heard it from the union leadership who've said, yes, we'll take the pension concessions, we'll take the health care, but we want collective bargaining. The governor seems to be okay with collective bargaining because he's okay with it for the police and the firefighter unions. And so if he's okay with the concept, and the unions have agreed to what he says is the reason for the budget, the fiscal crisis and the concessions, it looks to me that if we actually did come together, together. There's a compromise on the table in front of everybody if we act like adults and get everybody to the table, meaningful input. So thank you.